So I hope you figured out who won that award, the Henry Ward Beecher Prep Medal. Did you guys guess? Did you guess correctly? It was August. So this next chapter, Floating 305. People started applauding before Mr. Tushman's words exactly registered in my brain. I heard Maya, who was next to me, give a little happy scream when she heard my name. And Miles, who was on the other side of me, patted my back. "Stand up, get up," said all the kids around me. And I felt lots of hands pushing me upward out of my seat, guiding me to the edge of the row, patting my back, high-fiving me. "Way to go, Augie. Nice going, Augie." I even started hearing my name being chanted, "Augie, Augie, Augie." I looked back and I saw Jack leading the chant, fist in the air, smiling and signaling for me to keep going, and Amos shouting through his hands, "Woohoo, little dude!" Then I saw Summer smiling as I walked past her row, and when she saw me look at her, she gave me a secret thumbs up and smiled a silent, "cool beans" to me. I laughed and I shook my head like I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't believe it. I think I was smiling. Maybe I was beaming. I don't know. As I walked up the aisle toward the stage, all I saw was a blur of happy, bright faces looking at me and hands clapping for me. And I heard people yelling things out at me. "You deserve it, Augie. Good for you, Augie." I saw all my teachers in the aisle seats, Mr. Brown and Mrs. Petosa, Miss Roche and Miss Anta B and Nurse Molly and all the others, and they were all cheering for me, woo-hooing and whistling. I felt like I was floating. It was so weird. Like the sun was shining full force on my face and the wind was blowing. As I got closer to the stage, I saw Miss Rubin waving at me in the front row. And then next to her was Mrs. G, who was crying hysterically, a happy crying, smiling and clapping the whole time. And as I walked up the steps to the stage, the most amazing thing happened. Everyone started standing up. Not just from the front rows, but the whole audience suddenly got on their feet, whooping, hollering, clapping like crazy. It was a standing ovation for me. Do you remember back when Olivia, his sister, got a standing ovation and he would love one? Here's his time. I walked across the stage to Mr. Tushman, who shook my hand with both his hands and whispered in my ear, "Well done, Augie." Then he placed the gold medal over my head, just like they do in the Olympics, and had me turn to face the audience. I felt like I was watching myself in a movie, almost like I was someone else. It was like the last scene in the Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, when Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, and Chewbacca are being applauded for destroying the Death Star. I could almost hear the Star Wars theme music playing in my head as I stood on the stage. I wasn't even sure why I was getting this medal, really. No, that's not true. I knew why. It's like people you sometimes, and you can't imagine what it would be like to be that person, whether it's somebody in a wheelchair or somebody who can't talk. Only I know that I'm that person to other people. Maybe to every single person in that whole auditorium. To me, though, I'm just me, an ordinary kid. But hey, if they want to give me a medal for being me, that's okay. I'll take it. I didn't destroy Death Star or anything like that, but I did just get through the 5th grade. And that's not easy, even if you're not me. Wow, what an accomplishment.